record. Hello, everyone. My name is Josue Hernandez. I am here to explain a little bit more about my application, which I built in the last previous weeks. And basically, my application is focused on tools and and a web application for persons who are trying to buy and resell cars, trying to buy, repair them, and then estimating their profit for a little business or just a person trying to buy and resell a car. So it is pretty useful. The application has um, different events and a pretty basic CSS styled use here. I wanted to go with something simple but compelling, something that would attract the attention of the persons, of the people, and that will be easy to use and easy to just manipulate. So first of all, we go here, we see that some items here like are clickable, and when we hover, they respond. They respond to that. Most of the forms presented are also using the focus attribute on the inputs and just prevent the default of the empty inputs. So everything um, that's going on with the JavaScript is basically centered on these three services provided. First of all, card lookup. The user is asked to provide a VIN for a vehicle, which is the stored here on the using local storage, the last VIN entered on that date. We can just copy and paste it right here. When we look up, we search for an API and we retrieve the information using a JSON data format and present it into some different cards to display vehicle information and the specific details about that vehicle, which are useful for someone who's trying to buy a car, who's just trying to see what kind of car is he getting. And it's pretty useful to just store the last bin because when the user comes back and wants to search for that same car, well, it's just right here. You can just copy and paste it. So when we go to the car shop, we enter a zip code. We are asked to enter a zip code where we're going to find local car shops near this zip code. Using the Google Maps API, the repair shops are rendered again on a JSON format and then presented into some little cards as a list, but also as pinpoints in a map rendered with an iframe. And this is all through JavaScript and the usage of external APIs. So once again, this is stored here and the date last used this zip. And finally, when we come to this price calculator, this is where something magic happens. We are also prompted with the last zip, the last bin used, and when we last calculated the value. So we can see how much the market has changed since that um, time frame we calculated. So we are prompted here to enter a bin number for a car. Once again, we um, prevent the submission of the form without any actual data. So we are going to here and enter some data so we can try this one out. Let's say we bought that car for $20,000 and we probably are gonna spend $1,000 on repairs and other fees are gonna be for $700. That's pretty much a basic calculation. We go ahead and calculate, and what happens here is we hit another endpoint for OpenAI. We bring the data of the vehicle from the bin, and then we prompt the OpenAI to calculate a resale value and a total investment and estimated profit, which is pretty cool using AI, which is pretty accurate for today, and which is very useful for someone who's trying to buy and resell a car. So we have a demonstrated usage of local storage, uh, some events, presenting to the user, the usage of simple but clear and neat CCS, the JSON format data that comes from the external APIs, and of course the usage of the APIs and the manipulation of those functions and API calls through JavaScript. Thank you very much. This is my application, and it is here on this address.